Last year, I celebrated the 50th anniversary of the shadiest TV clan out there, the Brady Bunch. I talked about the original series, as well as the Brady Kids animated series, the two theatrical films, which were a culture clash, as well as unbox all five seasons I got on DVD. Now let's talk about the biggest reunion this clan has ever had, A Very Brady Christmas from 1988. Ho 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 ho! This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Ho ho ho! So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1988 made-for-TV movie, a reunion movie that is, A Very Brady Christmas, from Paramount, along with the Sherwood Schwartz Company, who, of course, Mr. Schwartz was the creator of this popular series. This premiered on CBS in 1988, which could have been almost a decade before. Well, not a decade. Well, you get the idea. Almost 20 years since the Braves debut. 2 decades is what I really meant. My apologies. Anyway, this was directed by Peter Baldwin. I've heard that name before. I know he's directed lots of episodes of great sitcoms at the time. Now, it reunited the original cast members of the series, of course, the original series, with the exception of one, but I'll get to her in a little bit. Now, among the original cast, we had Robert Reed back as, well, the patriarch, Mike Brady, and Florence Henderson as the matriarch, Carol Brady, and of course, Ann B. Davis as Alice Nelson. Plus, we have most of the kids anyway. Barry Williams as Greg, Maureen McCormick as Marcia, Christopher Knight as Peter, Eve Plum as Jan, and Mike Lookinland as Bobby. Now, as for Cindy, we had Jennifer Runyon, who was seen on Charles in Charge and several other shows, because Susan Olsen, Cindy's original portrayer, was on her honeymoon at the time, unfortunately. Now, also back are Ron Coleman and Jerry Hauser as the husbands to Marcia and Jan after the short-lived spin-off known as The Brady Brides, which came out in 1981. Anyway, this was kind of a big success for CBS and was the second highest rated television film of '88. Don't know what the first one was. I rarely do stuff like that. But anyway, we still start out the same house as before, but it's gotten a few major changes and what have you. You probably already notice if you've seen the movie. Anyway, Mike and Carol have a savings account which both spouses planned to use to bankroll a vacation for the other. Now, Carol wanted to take Mike to Greece, while Mike wanted to treat Carol to a trip to Japan. When they realized their ideas collide, they used the money to try to reunite the entire family for Christmas by paying for airline tickets for their children, grandchildren, and their in-laws. Anyway, but however, all the Brady kids are facing personal obstacles that might keep them from enjoying the festivities. Now, Greg's wife, Nora, is spending Christmas with her family. And Peter is romantically involved with his boss, Valerie, and his inferior position and salary is affecting his self-confidence. Bobby has dropped out of college to become a race car driver, but has not revealed this to his parents, though. Marcia's husband, Wally, was fired from his job at a toy company, and Jan is preparing to separate from her husband, Philip, and Cindy is fighting for her independence since, of course, she is the youngest and still gets treated like the baby of the family. Yeah, of course, if you know that from a certain season 3 episode called Cindy Brady Lady. Now, let me see. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. And Cindy is currently a college undergraduate and in a similar issues, well, an issue similar to Bobby's, excuse me. Cindy lies to her parents about overwhelming college student issues when in actuality she is planning to go skiing in Aspen with her roommates. And even the family's former housekeeper Alice is dealing with a serious issue. Her husband Sam, as in, you guessed it, Sam the Butcher, has recently left her for another woman. Through each child deciding to spend the holiday and eventually opening up about their issues, Mike and Carol are able to help them out. Jack got back together with Philip, and Bobby told his family the NASCAR racing circuit, and Wally got a new job in a toy company who the guy who runs it is a friend of Mike's. Mike knew that Wally was fired and helped them out. Nora arrives to surprise Greg, but however, the family's Christmas year is disrupted when Mike learns that a ruthless businessman he designed a building for has cut corners, resulting in the building collapsing and trapping two security guards. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get to the end of this. You got 5 seconds to stop. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid any spoilers. If you've seen the movie, please continue on after 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Now, Mike manages to free the trapped employees, but an aftershock results in Mike getting trapped in the rubble himself. In the end, the the whole family comes there, and Cindy talks to her and revealing what what happened many Christmases ago, and the original series only Christmas episode, The Voice of Christmas, which of course is my favorite episode of the first season. I'm just going to give you a heads up on that. Since I have yet to do my rankings of Brady episodes I've been wanting to do for y'all, so I humbly apologize. That's still on hold at the moment. I'll get them eventually. I don't know when, but bear with me, okay? Okay, enough said. We see the flashback of, well, Cindy, little Cindy seeing the Santa, and then soon we get to see Mrs. Brady singing "Oh Come All Ye Faithful," and so we go back to the present time, and Carol and the entire family sings as Mike gets out of the debris. After returning home, the family's dinner is again interrupted, this time by a man at the door dressed as Santa Claus. The kids ask where his bag of presents is, but he tells them that he only has one present for Alice. It turns out to be Sam in disguise, who unfortunately is played by a different actor, though, unfortunately, instead of Alan Melvin, who has seen the error of his ways and pleads for Alice's forgiveness. After she takes Sam back, the family invites him to stay for dinner, and the film ends with everyone singing a chorus of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." End of story. So, what do I think of this movie? I'm going to say I loved it. I recently watched this a week ago on MeTV, since they do air the Brady Bunch. But anyway, I loved it. The film did pretty well. Anyway, I think the cast was excellent in this. Everyone was really good. Okay, now I see. And Sam was actually played by Louis Arquette. I think I've heard that name before, but I may be wrong though. But the rest of the cast includes Karen Richmond as Greg's wife Nora, Carol Houston as Peter's fiancee Valerie. Next up, we have Zachary Bostrom, who plays Greg and Nora's son Kevin, G.W. Lee as Mickey, Marsha and Wally's son, and Jackie Bernstein as Jessica, Marsha and Wally's daughter. But everyone else, I'm going to say, was absolutely real good. Well, despite Susan Olsen was not available, I still like Jennifer Ryan, but I really would have loved to see Susan Olsen, but hey, it's fine and all. But overall, I love the story. The ending was very good and what have you. It just became one of the biggest ones. Now, after the success of this, CBS, along with Mr. Schwartz, created a new television series, The Brays, which came out a couple of years later. However, unfortunately, like this, it has a slight change in character. Maureen McCormick did not come back as Marcia, and so they had Lee Aries. No, wait, wasn't it? Hang on a second. I gotta find how. Yeah, it was Lee Aries playing the role. However, Susan Olsen returned as Cindy, but everyone else was back though. Never saw it though, because this went up against the TGIF lineup on ABC. Though it did fine at first, but it went downhill. It only had 6 episodes produced, and those episodes later got glued together to form movies. Now, anyway, and then 5 years later, we of course got the Brady Bunch movie in '95, and the following years, a Very Brady sequel. There have been various Brady reunions and what have you, but well, that's all I'm gonna tell you. So anyway, would I recommend a Very Brady Christmas? You bet I would recommend it. This is a great movie. I love the performances we got from the whole cast. They were all real good. So you gotta give us a shot. Now, it has been on video cassette, but it's long out of print. And for years, it never got released on DVD, except for when it got released with the complete series of the Brady Bunch in 2007. But it was never released solo until maybe a little over a decade later when it got released in a solo form. And it was featured in last year's release of the Brady Bunch TV and movie collection to commemorate the show's 50th anniversary. So that's it. I think it's a very good holiday flick. I've watched it every year since I got me TV. May I have the DVD of it, but don't worry, this was a TV movie, and it's good as is, as I'm seeing on me TV. So you gotta give a Very Brady Christmas a shot. If you're a Brady Bunch fan, this is one you should look into. So I'd like to know what your thoughts are on a Very Brady Christmas. Please tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button below and subscribe to my channel as well and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of the 2000 take of Annie. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out more Brady goodness. The upper left-hand corner is my TV log of the Brady Bunch. The upper right-hand corner is my Saturday morning TV log of the Brady Kids. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of the Brady Bunch movie. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe to my channel. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.